this is Jawad again, and today we are going to arrange a webinar with Waqas, who is working for District 1, and we are going to discuss with him about his opinions about this pandemic and how the District 1 is going, what are the strategies the developers taking care to arrange for a viewing for the people. So let's give him a call. Hi Waqas, how are you doing?
I am fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for giving time.
Thank you.
And how this quarantine going with you?
Well, it's going fine, though it's not really well. I'm at home since almost a month now.
Yeah,
We are staying safe.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
all we do in this situation.
Exactly, exactly. No, 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 I understand. This is very important, actually. So, Waqas, again, thanks for giving the time, and we will discuss about because as you are in the market from last couple of years, so how do you see
Yeah.
this pandemic will affect on the Dubai real estate market and overall on the real estate agencies and the developers itself?
Well, I feel it as see. I mean, this is totally new for us. To be very honest and fair with you, we hardly have seen such crisis or such kind of a depression, over last decades. Even if we talk about the recession of 1999, 1991 and 2001 and 2009 as well. All these years was a typically financial crisis moment. But right now, what we are seeing is a completely a different aspect outside. So the impact, of course, it would be not as great as what we what we could think about it, but we have to be optimistic in that one as well, because I see Dubai real estate market is quite resilient. Whenever it's going down, it always comes up. We have seen such a great response in the month of January of 2020. It was like higher than the last year the transaction in Dubai land apartment, and in the February as well. And even right now, I mean, the typical business are you know they are shifting on digital platforms, and with the virtual tours and all the developers and the real estate agents are like shifting their paradigm to this kind of technology. So it's really helping them out as well. And if you see it you know uh, the impact right now, we can talk about after, once the lockdown will open, then
Yeah,
then we can calculate the real things. Right now we are at home. I mean, we can just talk to each other over the phone calls. We can do these kind of meetings. We don't know what is going on the ground right now.
yeah, yeah.
So
Totally
that's what I
agree.
really think
Totally.
about it. The
Right.
market was moved. The market really picked that time. I mean, initially in this year, but once this over, then of course we'll see what kind of measurements that government took as well. I mean, the government steps as well as the people over here. What they're gonna do with the developers? Are they gonna dropping the price, or they're gonna retain these prices, not gonna probably they're gonna offer something good payment plans, higher commission structures. That's for the developers. And for the brokers, I feel it's a bit difficult. Now it's time to move on digital platforms,
Yeah.
digital transformation completely.
Hmm. So, as you said about the digital platform and digital transformation, so how you guys are operating right now, like in terms of viewing, how you guys, like you have your online system available for viewing, how you guys are doing work?
See, we have, of course, as part of being sales and District 1, um, we are doing virtual meetings just like this one, and over the phone calls, the WhatsApps, and as well as if we want to show to the people, we have the virtual tours of our apartments. We have a lot of videos for the community. I think you must have all of these videos, as well as we have the brochures to show them. Plus, the best thing what I like about the government, they prepare us before that. It's gonna happen. They did like from 8 evening until 6 a.m. Then they did it for the 24 hours lockdown. But we prepared in that one. What we did in that one, I just made videos for all the villas what we have available, even those were in the shell and core, or those were the readies one. So we made the video, complete videos and the picture packages to show to our clients right now in this moment. And that's how we can communicate to our clients and the brokers on both sides. And
Yeah.
we are completely like alive right now. Even on the CRM is working, and the finance is working, the HR is working, and sale is like 24-hour work.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's true. Actually, this system of online system is like with the sales perspective is a new for us. So, but obviously, as a human nature, we always adapt things. But I think it will take some time. But then we will get used
Yeah,
to it of it. So, as you are again working with the one of the best developers and the biggest developers in Dubai, District One, and which is
yeah,
one of my favorite. You know it always because the kind of community and all over the feeling, it's so peaceful in your community.
it is.
But again, I always see that in District 1, as a developer, you always
Yeah,
maintain the quality, and you always maintain that you are not like a kind of developer who flooded with the supply. So that kind of things, the investors always have a trust and advantage working investing with the developers like that. So how you see in that way that do you witness like drop in the price in your community, or is it the same right now?
mm. See, the best thing is that I can relate to your first question as well, which when you ask me for the impact of this pandemic.
Mm,
I can relate in this one as being a part of District 1. You know what? Well, the market is already in slump since 4 years or 5 years. We have seen the downwards of the prices since 2014. As you can see, like through the numbers, through the statistics, what we have getting from the Dubai land departments or the other property portals, we've seen the prices are dropping, especially if you talk about District 1 Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum city. We have seen, the price would be like, the downward prices. We had it before, even in 2019. We almost sold out all over all what we had as an inventory in terms of the villas and the plots. And now we have left with very few inventories. Now, if you talk about our apartment sector, now apartment sector is already on very lower prices as compared to I think any other community in Dubai. And that is the best part of it. If you're asking me about the supply, we are very rational in that one. In that case, in 2017 and till now, we have sold out all our buildings, almost sold out. We're left with only the last building which we have launched on the 10th of March. You were there at the event, and that is ORB Tower Residence 11. That is our last building in that cluster now.
yeah.
Now, what we have seen is that the prices what we have started and where we are now, quite justified. It's not overpriced. It's not expensive project. It's not like far from the city project. It's in the heart of the city. It's very a good price, because the services and the amenities are what you are getting in that prices. I don't think so. I don't believe that anybody can offer you the same services, the same amenities in 1700 to 1800 dirhams per square feet. That
No,
is
no,
the catch over here.
this is
And
100% right.
I'm not sure about it. I don't think about that. That are we gonna you know drop the prices? This is right now not in discussion, and even any of the post handover payment plan, as I discussed with you a lot of time. You ask me this question so many times. What about the post handover payment plans? I don't think so. This is not in a discussion. This is the part right now, because we are not in a hurry. We are in a situation that we have a very controlled inventory right now with us. It's not like we have we are bound with our inventory. We have got like sheets of inventory. No way. It is very limited inventory right now with the buildings and all. And we know that. And once the situation will be normal, even right now we are trying, we are pushing very hard. And once the situation will be normal, we know that we will get over that soon. And we're going to probably launch our phase 3B section, the next part of the buildings and apartments.
And also, I would add one more thing: the advantage in your community in a District One, because if we go
Yeah.
all over it, we see majority are the investors who are buying the property. But in your community, like I came with a couple of times with my client, who are the end users, because the community has made it in that way that it's within a city, but it
Yeah.
gives you a feeling of a suburbs, like you are out of a out of a very far away from the city, because of this quietness, because of the feelings in the community. So mainly are the end users. So end users are those people who are buying the property to live in themselves. That's why we don't see that in the secondary market, even though we don't see a lot of like selling is there, or we don't see a desperate sales in the community, because if the property is there, there is a buyer always available in the District One.
True,
So
true.
yeah,
That's true. I'll add one more point over here is that, I mean, you see, I don't really think about, I don't look at that way that it's only end user product. But it's like, if any investor is coming, they are buying one for themselves and one for investment as well. It is not like, you're absolutely right. Maybe in some of the aspect might be, you feel it like, I want to live over here because of the tranquility, because of its features, because of its location, because of its, like, the complete aura of the community. But it is good for the investment as well, because it's not only about the community. First of all, it's about the location. Then, the mall is coming, the buildings are coming. The crystal lagoon, which is the main feature of the community, is like probably gonna open by this year. Of course, this is
yeah.
the work is going on. And that's why I don't feel it is only an end user. This is also an investment
No,
as
no,
well. Because if you
investors.
consider it like, if you compete it with any other product in the market, you cannot, of course, first of all, you cannot compete it the location. Then secondly, the near locations are also in the same prices, but like they're overloaded with their inventory. That is the problem.
Hmm. Actually, you already answered my next question, which I was going to ask that about that main investors are going to buy and end users are going to buy. So you are saying it's yeah, definitely. But I'm just saying that end users are also there, which we don't find in other communities. That the end users are buying something which on the post. Which is going to be ready in next few years or few months time, where we fitness in the District One, the end users are ready to wait because of the community, because of the amenities and the feeling in the community. But how do
Yeah.
you see right now the traveling is not allowed, so people are not coming to Dubai? So do you think it's already impacting on the sales, or do you think that once this traveling will be allowed, everything get back to normal, you will expecting the sales go back on the normal routine?
As soon as possible. That's what we are praying, that everything should open. And if you ask me personally, I would say that, it's better, it should open tomorrow. If I have to decide it, but like, the situation is like that me, you, and everybody should have to be careful in that way. That's what I was
Mhm.
saying in the beginning as well. This is not, this kind of a time we hardly seen, we haven't seen actually. That we have to stay home to, not to get that COVID-19. And this is something we even heard about it, even in the
Mhm.
books or even in the any of our articles. This is something completely, new to us. And that's why we are a bit worried about with this one. you know I was just having a phone conversation with my friend yesterday, and he told me one of the very interesting question. He said, like, right now in this whole world, the one question is asking everywhere, that what should we do now?
Exactly.
This is the question, everybody is asking, what should we do now? Everybody's worried, like, what's going to happen? Nobody know about it, what's going to happen exactly. And if you're asking me, like, yes, we have to be careful. And yes, the sales, of course, and not only sales, but everything, all the business all over the world. You've seen yesterday the oil prices,
Yeah.
it crashed. Well, this is also unreal. We have seen $0.37 minus $0.37 per barrel.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's,
Yeah. Yeah.
I saved it. I'm gonna show to my children, when they're gonna grow up. I'm gonna show you, listen,
Oh
I've seen
yeah,
this time when
that's
the
a
oil
history.
prices were like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
That is
history we have
something,
created.
unreal, and probably we're not gonna see it again. This is something new to us.
We don't want to
So
see it
yes,
actually again. This this thing.
yes, of course, that's we have to be. I was telling to my wife that, we have, in one hand we have COVID-19, in the second hand we have the situation. So in one hand we have to be negative, in one hand we have to be positive. What the situation is, we have to be positive.
Oh
Another
yeah,
hand, we
yeah.
have to always be negative.
And I would say that we are lucky to live in one of the safest cities in the world, Dubai,
Yes,
and
yes,
where
yes,
the government
absolutely,
is
yes.
taking all the measurements. We are
Oh,
well equipped with the medical. We are well equipped with all the things required at this time in terms of sanitized work. And I believe there was
yeah,
sanitization, as you shared that video, what going on in your
yes.
community in District One also, right?
True, very true. Yes, not only
Yeah.
District 1, by the whole Maidan hotels
Well,
and hospitality sector, and wherever we have the construction site, and all the places what Maidan group holds right now. So the sanitization part was happened already, and it's keep going. And yes, true. I totally believe on UAE government, whatever the measures they are taking, precautionary measures they are taking, they are absolutely amazing. As because right now it's globally, this pandemic is globally. So what we are seeing, and the situation is like in few of the countries, is like, unbelievable, disaster over there. But
mm,
the control, the kind of a
oh yeah.
control they have taken, and they are doing it, is absolutely amazing. And hats off to those doctors, and the staff, and especially the security and the people who are working behind that, or in the forefront. uh, I, I'll be thankful on my behalf. I'll be
Oh
thankful
yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
They're doing
And
a great job. They're
and
doing an
these kind
amazing
of
job.
steps give you a kind of motivation that yes, the government is taking care of. And again, hats off to those people who are every, I would say, every doctors, nurses, everybody who is behind the scenes taking care of these things. And that gives you motivation that yes, they are working really hard. They are, we all are
Yeah,
united in fighting against this COVID. And that gives you that okay, we will be back on the work as soon as possible, uh,
yeah,
because of all these measurements are taken care of. So now coming
absolutely.
back, I will not take you much time. So last few questions: what is the strategy of the management in terms of crisis? Like the management have some kind of strategy. I'm sure again with a big developer like that, they must have something that how they are going forward after the lockdown, or it's still in the
Well,
discussion right now.
it's under discussion. Absolutely, it's under discussion. That's what I told you. Nobody can have right now. Foresee. This is, these two of the things are linked together. We haven't seen this kind of situation before. That's why we cannot foresee what's gonna happen after that. But like, as I told you, the UAE market is very resilient. Whenever they have seen any kind of this kind of a bounce situation, they come back, they bounce back very fine, very well. This is their quality. And that's why we are here in this real estate since, like, more than 10 years.
Yeah. Mm.
You are there, and I think mostly people over here in this market, and that's why they're surviving. We've seen 2008-9 crisis, and the way they behave, the Dubai real estate market, the behavior of after that crisis, and they bounced back. it was amazing, and I'm sure, and I believe on this market as well that it's gonna bounce back, and it will definitely be a good market.
Yes.
That's what I'm sure about it.
And
And
it's
regarding your
actually
question, yes, it's under negotiation right now.
it's actually a trust of the people. They have seen that what Dubai has promised in last few years time, they committed for it. And right now in the moment, where are we going through a very big crisis, the construction work is going on, and all the projects, I would not say like I'm sure you have some projects going on, like with the construction is going on, I'm sure they must be on track. And I was talking to different developers, the construction is on time. It might be a few
Actually,
weeks delay here and there, but yes, which is understood because of this all crisis going on. But I'm sure all the projects are on time. They will be delivered on time, and Dubai
yeah.
again will like fulfill what they have promised to the people.
Yeah, no, I personally think I'll tell you what my thoughts are going on right now. It's right now, people will see which country is handling the situation in a better way. That's what all the investors and mostly people will see. And who gonna win this race? Right now is it 196 countries that are totally in the world, this situation, and whoever is going to handle it better, they're gonna have the maximum chunk of it later on. What I feel about it, you know,
Exactly,
I think is UAE is doing it better way,
no doubt.
and people definitely gonna believe in this market as well again. And also one more thing, like now people will start to think about to have different real estate, a different sector of investment as well. They're going to open it as well. Let's say like right now oil prices is down. The impact of those oil prices also has to come, but like there must people over there who are gonna take out the money from oil and they're gonna invest somewhere in the real estate or in the construction industry as well, because this is something like which always gives you, even
Oh
like
yeah.
after 5 years or 10 years, it always
Yeah,
gives you.
definitely, definitely. Real estate, without a doubt, as we are involved in this business from last so many years. So this is one of the most safest investments. Like, yes, but yeah, people would look for the different options, like in terms of stocks, in terms of, I was hearing so many discussions that people are expecting that like this cryptocurrency work will start moving on. But I'm sure the developers already accepting the payments in cryptocurrency. So there are so many factors, but
Mm.
again, let's see how the things will, as you are said, that when things will get settled down, we will get a better idea
Yeah.
how things are moving.
Yes, that's true. And the thing you were telling me about expecting accepting the payments in bitcoins, nobody is accepting the bitcoins. It's actually, they're the traders over here in Dubai or outside. So the bitcoins are going to them, and traders giving them the cash or the money, and then this will be distributed. That's how it's going on. No developers right now in Dubai accepting the bitcoins, as in that
I think
directly.
there's one developer who is accepting the cryptocurrency right now, but let's see how, if this trend will continue or not. So again, there are so many questions right now. We can just expect things how we can have your own opinion, but let's see how things will react after that thing. And
Oh
thank you,
yes,
Waqas. Thanks for your time.
you're welcome.
Stay home, stay
Thank you for
safe,
you for
and
having me. You
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time, Waqas. Thank you.
Take care. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you for watching my video. If you like it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to get notified about my upcoming videos. Thank you.